Well, good evening, everyone. Oh, hey, thank you so much for the hearts. I'm trying to adjust the phone so I can kind of see who's coming on. But I thank you so much for joining me this evening. For those of you who do not know who I am Janet M. Taylor, better known as Organizer Janet, and I have been a professional organizer for over 20 years. And I wanted to come to you tonight because I know a lot of you out there are either going to be snowed in, shut in, or maybe you just got a great weekend coming up. But I wanted to come to you with some tips on how you can just be more organized, as that is a New Year's resolution for a lot of you out there. And a nice little project for those of you who are going to be snowed in and shut in like I am. I still can't believe how much snow is coming down right now. So tonight is going to be about the mail. You come home from work, you're tired, you go to your mailbox, you pick it up off the floor, and you get this. And then you're so tired because you've got to deal with life, you've got to cook, you've got to do homework, you might have to do some studying. So I wanted to share with you a few tips on just how to conquer that mail. So the first thing I want to share with you is you should contain it. And by containing it, I mean getting something like a cute little basket like this or a decorative box and finding a location in your home, and it could be wherever it's comfortable for you. A lot of people, you come home, you have a nice little entryway table, you can put it there. Or if you have a counter in the kitchen, depending on the way you enter your home, or you have a home office. So that's the first thing you need to do. So that way, every time you come in, you have one location for your mail. It's not all over the house, wherever you feel like putting it. The table, the chair, etc. Some people, they take it out to the car with them in the morning. One location. So that's the first thing. So, and that way, whenever you get the mail, you just take it and you just put it in there, and that's your in basket. So once you do that, the next thing you need to do is you need to schedule, and you need to schedule a time once a week that works for you where you will actually process the mail, and I'll tell you about that in a little bit. It could be Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, it could be morning, it could be afternoon, it could be evening, but one day a week where you will actually pick this basket bin up and actually go through the mail. A lot of people, because of their schedules, they come home, they can go through their mail because they're disciplined and they can do that. Sometimes I do that, but sometimes I'm so tired when I come back from an organizing project. I just want to be able to relax and rejuvenate myself. So therefore, I basically like to have my mail in one location. So you contain it, you schedule, the next thing you do is you process. And that's basically going through the mail. Getting rid of, first of all, the junk mail, which is why you need to make like the trash can your best friend. So you want to do that, and that's getting rid of the junk mail. And you can recycle junk mail that may not even have your name or address on it. But anything that has any type of personal information, you want to shred it. And I would, because you're doing this once a week, it's not like you're doing a massive shred. So you're probably only shredding maybe a few pieces of paper, which is why you need to schedule that time, whether it's 30 minutes or an hour a week, just to go through that. And also, while I'm talking about shredders, if you already have a shredder, great. But if you are in the process of investing in a shredder, get cross-cut, micro-cut, because when your shredding comes out in strips, unfortunately, people will go in your trash and they will tape it together. So you want to make it so that even no matter how small it is, they cannot put it together and they cannot have access to your personal information. Excuse me, that could take a little cough there. So you want to make sure you do that. And the reason is, a few years ago, there was a parade, there was confetti used. And one person looked at the confetti on his shoulder and it had somebody's social security number on it. So that's why you want to get a shredder that's going to shred it so small that nobody will be able to do it. So that's a tip for you. So as you're processing it, you get rid of the junk mail. You shred what you need to shred. You open up mail. Maybe there's an invitation. Maybe there's something you need to respond to. So you make sure you can handle it and you stay on top of everything. And also, it's a good time to review things as well, like statements. Now, I personally have all my things emailed to me or I access them electronically. But if you do get your statements, either way, whether electronically or manually, review them. One time I reviewed my statements and I looked and I went to a conference like we all do. We get excited, we get hyped, we get motivated, and you purchase products. Well, this particular time, they billed me twice for one product. So I had to actually, and so if I had not reviewed my statements, it would have taken me a little bit longer to recover that money. So you want to do that as well. And also sometimes in processing the mail, you realize you need systems. Maybe you've decided to take on a new hobby, so therefore you have new publications, which is why I always, and I'm going to bring this over, and you've probably seen this, are magazine boxes. Yes, that was me and my little props here. But magazine boxes, because these fit great on the shelf. And what's so nice about them, everything looks nice and organized. But then when you turn it around, this is all what people will see. And now some magazine boxes do have a nice little thing where you can label them. So you want to make sure you get something like that. But then also sometimes you may be going to school, you may get transcripts. So processing the mail will make you realize you need systems, because what happens is piles develop when we delay in making a decision about things. So therefore, that's why it's key to make sure you process your paperwork at least once a week. And also in this time, you may decide, get to a point where, you know what, I think I want to start scanning stuff instead of having physical files. So that's a time as well. So the first thing is you want to contain things. The second thing is you want to schedule. The third thing is you need to process your information. And the fourth thing is you just need to repeat the first three every week. I know it may seem like, oh gosh, I have something else I have to add to my schedule, but really think how much better you'll be able to manage your time. You'll be able to manage your space. You'll be able to manage your life. As I shared, I found out I was double billed for something, so that saved me money. So those are my quick tips for this week. And also I want to make sure that I mention that on February 3rd, I'll be doing a free teleseminar, and it's so you don't have to travel anywhere, and it's free. And it will be on power keys for an organized you. I'll be going over why we hold on to clutter, time management tips, paper management tips, home organizing tips, and it's all free. So that's February 3rd. So be sure to go to my website at janetmtaylor.com. So for all of you out there who are snowed in, like me, and shut in, be safe, be warm, and no matter what you're doing, whether you're doing something fun this weekend, like watching a movie, hanging out with friends, or being productive because you're on your journey to becoming organized. I hope you have a clutter-free day and an awesome weekend, and thank you so much for tuning in.